What you're telling me is you waited to the last minute to cut your last 11 pounds. That doesn't make any sense. You need to get a team around you that has a better idea of how to cut weight because it wasn't done properly.
I cut weight on Thursday. We hit the first one. We get down to 51. Ortega said on Instagram. Second one later, I decided to jump on the gun on that one at 12. I think it seems like a lot of like stuttering right now. But we cut from midnight all the way to 8 in the morning, cutting weight the entire time. I realized I had 1.7 to go still. I was confused on how my body wasn't really pouring out the water, why it was just holding it in. But no matter what, we have to get this weight off. So we did. So we went downstairs, ate something, decided to cut more weight, put the plastics on, sweat. I hit 20 minutes in the bag. Once I got off, I went unconscious. I was unconscious for 30 minutes. During that time, they were putting ice on me. They took all my clothes off. They left me in my boxers. I woke up in ER. I ripped off everything off. I couldn't really translate to them. I was like, if they don't take everything off, I'm going to take it off myself. We knew we had time to get to the weigh-ins. Otherwise, I could not fight. If you saw the weigh-ins, you obviously know I looked delirious and just coming off 30 minutes of being unconscious in the tunnel. After that weigh-in, we figured if we didn't feel good or if something was seriously off, we would call the fight. Sterling said they already have a replacement fighter. Don't worry about it. But I told him, nah, I don't want to waste your time. I showed up. We ate food. We rehydrated the entire day. I didn't feel good. I wanted to call it off. I got up and I was just walking outside, almost passed out and fainted. Everything in my body is telling me not to fight. First and foremost, I decided to fight for my family. That's my job, to show up and do what I do for them. Secondly, I fought for you guys.
All right, so let me take this first, okay? First off, everything you said in the beginning portion of that lets me know that the people that you have around you don't know how to cut weight. If your body stops cutting, if your body stops giving you water at say like midnight, 1 o'clock, go home, go to sleep. Your body will reset itself. I've done this happened to me several times where I was almost in tears. I'm 5 pounds away. Fucking, I know I gotta weigh in at 8 a.m. and it's 1 in the morning. My body's not giving me anything. I'm in the sauna for 40 minutes, losing less than a quarter pound. Nothing is coming out. Go home. I went home, took a nap, didn't drink anything, didn't eat anything, went home, laid in bed, couldn't get great sleep. But I woke up in the morning at 6 a.m., went to the sauna, put the plastics on, threw some Albolene on myself, threw the plastics on, put the beanie and everything on, got in the sauna, broke the sweat, took the plastics off, let my body just sweat. It comes off. You got to let your body rest. It can only suck so much water out of you in one sitting. You've got to break it up throughout. Guys like Khabib, right? The reason why they make it, and I'm using them as an example because they've been known to cut a ton of weight.
Yeah.
They do it in days. Like he cuts 3-4 pounds on Monday. He cuts 2-3 pounds on Tuesday. Like they don't do it all the day before. What you're telling me is you waited to the last minute to cut your last 11 pounds. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any. Your body can only give you 4 to 6. Okay, occasionally you'll get 8. And I mean I've gotten as much as 10 out in one sitting. But then after that, my body stopped. You've got to break it up throughout the week. Lose 2 or 3, nibble a little bit. You eat 2 or 3. Also, did you water load? Did you water load on Sunday, Monday? Did you water load Sunday, Monday, Tuesday? Then you start dialing back your water loading, you start pissing it all out, you start getting your weight down that way. Are you eating orange roughy, which is a type of fish, white fish? Are you eating asparagus? Are you eating clean eggs? What are you eating during that week where you're just really just kind of feed your body the bare minimum, and then you step back inside the sauna or inside the Epsom salt bath, whatever it is, however it is you do it. Okay, but what I heard in that first broken up paragraph is that you need to get a team around you that has a better idea of on how to cut weight because it wasn't done properly. Now I know everyone's body's different. I know that your body reacts differently every single time you make weight. That's why I have experience with this. There's been plenty of times. The Clay Guida fight, I literally was like 13 pounds, 14 pounds over the day before. I couldn't get any weight to come off. That's the fight I'm talking about. I was fucking in tears going home and at like 1 in the morning, I'm still 8 pounds over. Going shit. And we weigh in, we were weighing in at weigh-ins got moved for that fight. It was the first fight in California. They actually moved weigh-ins to noon for us for some reason. So I was like, all right, cool. I can weigh in early, get hydrated, all this stuff. Fuck, I couldn't make the weight until like an hour before I went because my body was dry from the day before.
Yeah.
So there's a process, and you have to treat it that way. Basically, water loading, eating orange roughy, like eating different types of foods that your body can just take the nutrients out of and then get rid of.
This is what happens. I hate to say it, but when first off, Brian's is a big 145er, but he's been fighting at 145 for his career, but he's 34, 35 years of age now, and your body starts to do things differently, and the weight just doesn't come off as easy as it did when you were a little bit younger and everything. And I'm just going to say, to fight under the conditions that he fought, look, it says a lot about his intestinal fortitude to keep going and things like that. But after looking at the weigh-in, after watching the weigh-in, I think everyone, anyone that has any knowledge goes, he ain't gonna win that fight.
Yeah.
There's no way, not with the way he looks right now. His ability to rehydrate you can only rehydrate so much, in the fact that if you're that bad that you're cramping or looking like death warmed over, you're just not going to put the right weight back on. The water's not going to be in where it needs to be. The cells, as far as them rehydrating, they don't go back to their natural form for a while, based upon you've really hurt your body. Your body's shutting down. Your organs are shutting down. That's why you ended up in the hospital. It's a bad thing. And I'm not going to say anything about his team. I know who his team is. You're talking about guys like Paul Herrera and Tiki, as his manager and part of his training thing. They've all been cutting weight for a long time, but there comes a point where you got to change what you're doing as far as getting yourself to that fight. Like you said, you got to start cutting in a different fashion now that you're a little bit older. The weight's going to come off differently, and you've got to adjust to what your body's telling you.
Yeah, and look, I know Tiki very well. Trained with him, alongside him, trained at his facility, his gym with Rob McCullough a lot. Um, I've known him for a long time. Bottom line is, though, is that you have to work around what your fighter's body can do.
Yeah.
If a sauna is not working, like for me, the sauna was early in my career, the sauna was everything because I came out of wrestling, I knew how to use it. But as I got older, the Epsom salt bath was early, and then I sucked out the last little bit from the sauna. And then also too, when I was in wrestling, I would just sit in the sauna the whole time and never take my plastics off. It was miserable. But
Well,
as soon as when I got into fighting, I got a little bit more experience cutting weight in another level and getting and figuring out all the science to it, is I started taking my plastics off. I started talking to Matt Lindland, started talking more to Randy Couture. They would sit in the sauna, break their sweat, and then take their tops off and just let it pour out of them. And then we started doing the credit card shit, getting it, squeezing it off of you and that type of stuff. And then when you come out, you don't put your plastics back on, but you wrap yourself in warm blankets or towels.
sweatshirts.
You just keep your body heat in and just let your body naturally sweat without having to be in the sauna making everything hot. Put a towel over your head. I know that he knows a lot of this, but having people around you to make sure that you do it and making sure that your weight is on point 3-4 days before you actually have to make that hard cut. It's all done ahead of time. If you don't water load on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, it goes 2 gallons on Sunday, a gallon and a half or 2, maybe even 2 gallons again on Monday. Tuesday, you're down to like a gallon and a half. And then by Wednesday, you're done. You're sipping on water all day Wednesday, and then you're getting ready to make weight on Thursday. You know what I mean? Like you start prepping your body, small little tiny meals, all that stuff. You're not eating full meals throughout the week, but you're nibbling to keep your hunger quenched, that kind of thing. So look, I love Brian. I love watching him fight. I like everything about him, man. He's a very talented fighter. It's time for him to go to 55. You can't keep doing this to yourself. I just don't know how much success he's going to have at 55.
Yeah.
There's more. There's just as many killers there, and they're big. They are big. So if you're going to go up to 55, you're going to have to take a page out of the Dustin Poirier and Max Holloway book and put the weight on properly. Take your time. But you are getting older. Losing a year or 8 months to do that of your career, it sucks.